You believe it or not, in all those years, 35 years of flying with SIA as a cabin crew, I have never received a complaint. But one day, this was some years back when I was still working, I was summoned by my manager to his office, and he told me there was a serious complaint from a first class passenger against me. I was, of course, very shocked because so he told me the flight number, the date that I flew with this passenger, the name of the passenger, the first class passenger, and I brought my uh, superior, my immediate superior, um, Eddie, who was an assistant manager. I reported to Eddie, and then Eddie will report to the manager, Mr. Chew. So we were in the manager's office, Mr. Chew's office, and he asked me, "Did I tell Mr. So and so, the first class passenger, which stewardesses of ours that he can go to bed with?" It was alleged that I told him who are the girls that he can uh, go to bed with. So I replied uh, to my manager, Mr. Chiu. I said, "No, I did not say that. In fact, a, I had a brief conversation with this first class passenger, I remember, and it was a night flight. And in fact, he was the one who called me and congratulated me, knowing that I was the training personnel, congratulated me for doing a good job. Uh, training cabin crew. The service was so good. And he was also in the training line. He was a general manager of a big company. That's all. So I said, "No, Mr. Chiu, I never did say anything like that." So um, he, I told him, I said, "You can ask Eddie." Eddie and I grew up in the airlines together for 30 years at that time. And have I ever discussed with Eddie about women, about sex, about which girls you can sleep with? So Eddie looked at Mr. Chiu and replied, said, "No, he's decent. He never talked to me about all these things." So I said, "There you are, Mr. Chiu. And besides, if I know which of the stewardesses one can go to bed with, why should I tell a stranger, right? I would have gone to bed with the girls that I know is available." So Mr. Chiu and Eddie burst into laughter. So I, anyway, I left the office, Mr. Chiu's office, and they did an investigation. And later on, they found out that this girl stewardess was corrected by me. She was a leading stewardess. She was corrected by me on the flight. And when she night stopped in a certain station, which I don't even want to mention, she was out with this passenger. Uh, the passenger was courting her, see, and she was not happy with me. So she complained. She instigated the passenger to complain against me. And knowing that if a first class passenger complained against the crew will be in serious trouble, probably get a demotion. Well, Mr. Chiu company did an investigation and found out that in fact this girl was having a relationship with the passenger, and she must have instigated this passenger to complain against me, because how does the passenger knows the exact name of my manager as well as the address, instead of writing to the HR in the company or the spokesman or the chairman, but he wrote to a manager in cabin crew. So the company, Mr. Chiu, uh, started to investigate and found out that this girl was the troublemaker. So at the end of the day, to cut a long story short, she was shortlisted, and she has got a lot of complaints regarding from other passengers too when they look into her records. She had a bad record, this leading stewardess. So at the end of the day, she was supposed to be on the list for promotion to be a chief stewardess. So Mr. Chew's instruction to Eddie was take her name off, and when her contract comes to an end, at that time was another few months, just terminate her contract, and we don't want a girl who gave us a lot of trouble. This is one story. It's not that I got away with it. I was not guilty. Thanks for watching my video.